Hey y'all, it's Indigo here, coming at you with another special video. This is the last battle of the 7th season of Grand Arena for Darth Evil. I've done a couple of her videos now, and she was really excited about this one. She's going against a solo base 15. That's one of Zareth's good buddies. If you've seen Zareth's videos, he's pretty efficient, does a lot of GA matchups, and he does a podcast with this guy. So she wanted me to go ahead and, do this video, of course, and she's really proud of how things turned out, but you guys will get to check that out. Let me take a look at the board here, show you guys kind of what's what. I will let you know there were a couple of technical difficulties later on in the video, so we'll go over that as we get there. So down at the bottom, you can see he's got his Galactic Legend Ray out front, and he did stick Malik in there to make the team a bit tougher. And then he's got some weird Grievous droid squad, but he's got Jango in there. But, I don't know, they're all gear 12, except for Grievous, so who knows. Up top, he's got a Jedi Revan team. He's got a Newt Separatist team with Nest in there, got Zalbar in there, and then just a Kira team, but it's got Bosk in there. So a little something different. I mean, this is teams you don't normally see, and I know I don't see them in my GA. So maybe you guys will learn something, see how she approaches things, and, we'll go from there. Before we jump into the battles, we'll take a look at her defenses. You can see that he's already gone a little bit. So up top, he cleared off the Night Sister team. He struggled on the Grievous team, took him a couple battles there. Hasn't hit her Geo Separatist Nest team. So that zone's looking good. Got some holds. Anything to strip banners. Go down the bottom. You can see that he cleared off the Darth Revan. And he struggled on the gas. Couple battles there with just a lone gas left standing. So not too bad. I mean, she's got some wiggle room before she starts her attacks. Got some room to work. We'll show you guys these back zones. So she's got some bounty hunters there. She's got Watt in there. And then a Newt team. And then up top, it's just a regular AA Falcon fleet. So that's what she's got on her side for defenses. Let's get into the battles. We're going to start with the South. Taking out the toughest team, the Ray. And for that, she's going to go ahead and use her own Galactic Legend Ray in a mirror match. Now, I couldn't personally tell you all her strategy and why she chose the moves that she did. I don't have Galactic Legend Ray. I've got Kylo. And so I'm not practiced with all the moves. I couldn't tell you, what all buffs and what does what. But she's well practiced with this, uses it in arena, likes to try different team compositions. And I mentioned in a previous video that we're actually working on getting footage for all these different Ray compositions and going to try to put together a compilation video, and then I'm going to timestamp it so that way if you're having problems against a Ray, you can look at the timestamps and go to the different squad comps, whether it's Darth Revan against Ray or Kylo against Ray or Ray versus Ray, and which composition it is, because you might need a different squad to beat a Ray with Finn and Poe and GK and Watt versus a Ray with Han and Chewie and Finn and, I don't know, Holdo, or a Ray with L3 and Barriss. So all those are slightly different, and we all know that now the Galactic Legendary characters can be used with such a wide variety of a supporting cast that it makes it really difficult to come up with one kind of standard counter. You can see here they've got, the ultimate putting in work. The bad thing about these battles is when your opponent does set theirs on defense and you're going in against a mirror, and it's as true with Ray as it is with Kylo, it's going to be ugly banners. Like the whole supporting cast is going to end up dying, and it's going to be 1v1 at the end, and it's just who beats who. So if you can get away with putting yours on defense because your opponent doesn't have a suitable other counter like Jedi or Darth Revan, that's a good way to gain a banner advantage. And situations like GAC or perhaps Territory Wars, because it's going to be an ugly clear. You might win in one shot, but you're going to pay the price for it. You can see she's got it down to now just 2 on the enemy side against 3 on her side. Obviously, that can change really quick. All it depends on is Rey doing those whirlwinds, and she can end up knocking out 1 or 2 of your characters, leaving you alone. So there's no real way to kind of plan for this. If you know what I'm saying, if you fought these guys, you'll understand. Once they get going, you're going to struggle for banners. You can see the ultimate goes off. She's still got 3 standing. That's fine. She's trying to make headway, taking out Resistance hero Finn over there, trying to get him down. Still got GK. She's got her own ultimate going on. And it's just so hard to grind Rey down in a mirror match like that. You can see now she lost her GK and she's still trying to go after the enemy Finn there. And it's not easy to end up taking down these enemies. It's not even a sure shot in a mirror that you're necessarily going to win. You know, she could get that far and end up losing the match after putting in a good team and all that work. She's finally got it down to just Rey, and it looks like she's got the upper hand here. Got her down in the last bit of life, down in the red now. And look, she heals back up to yellow. But now it's Rey's turn, so she'll end up doing some decent damage to her. And look at that. The other one goes straight into her ultimate stance. And that's what makes these fights kind of drag on so long. If you look at the clock, it's under a minute. And she was finally able to take her out with a whirlwind. And only got 49 banners for that. So these fights are ugly. There's no other way to really say it. It's going to be a slog. So now that that's done, let's go ahead and move on to the next fight in that match. See how she does against this Grievous team. So she went ahead with her Padme against this Grievous comp. And that's a fine choice. If you guys don't know, you can use Padme against Grievous as a good counter. Even if they have Watt in there, or the different comps with like Newt, it doesn't have to be just straight GG Separatist droids. And in this case, he's got other characters in there as well, like T3. You don't just see the standard Separatist droid team composition. So she's checking out the moves, seeing, you know, which one she should do for what does what. And she's also got to deal with Jango in there, which I guess he could be an unexpected issue. If he was relicked, I don't think at Gear 12 he's going to necessarily have the damage capability to be able to one-shot somebody on the enemy team. Definitely if he was like R7, he would be a nasty surprise in that team if you're going against him with anybody. Catch him at the wrong time without the protection up, and you're going to say bye-bye to that character. But at Gear 12, he just doesn't really have the teeth to get the job done. So she's got Padme. As long as you keep protection up, you're pretty much fine. And she's got Zaris in there for the passive heals. As long as you have her, chances of you getting like a big one-shot KO are pretty slim, I would say, against this team. The passive heals do great at helping you stay alive, but she's got plenty of protection up on the field with C-3PO. You've got Ahsoka in there constantly assisting and dispelling anybody that she goes after. So it's not a big issue to take out this team. It's not like it would be if it was a typical Grievous Separatist droid squad. So she's taking out T3. She's got a few left in there. Still going to take out Magna and then Jango, of course. And Grievous is constantly doing his thing. He does have relics, if you guys didn't see that. But the other ones being Gear 12, you know, they just seem like fodder. They're there for when they die. Then Grievous will take that extra turn and do more damage on his side. As long as the Padme team keeps their protection up, they're going to be able to weather that just fine. And she does. I told her to, you know, mind her protection up. As long as you have that up, you don't have to worry about your characters dying off. Now all she's got to do is just clean up Jango and get the win. So she's got him down to yellow, and there he goes. That's that. 55 banners. That's to be expected from a Padme team because you can't really gain your protection back. That'll clear off and open up the back zone. You can see there's a Padme and a Geos squad with Droideka back there. So let's go ahead and take out the Geos. And for that, she wanted to use her Imp Troopers. The reason for that is, if you'll notice, there's no Geo Brood Alpha in there to summon the Brood. And they don't have the hive mind, so you can rip through them pretty fast under Poggle lead. They're really quite shit with Poggle in there as the leader. But if they can do some damage and take off protection, you know, you got Droideka in there just waiting to one-shot somebody. So if Droideka can get off that big shot that he does, then that's going to cost your opponent banners, and I guess then that squad has done its job. And he gets damage immunity like he's got there. So as long as Droideka can stay alive and cause a nuisance, maybe do some damage on somebody for a couple banners, then the squad really has, you know, done an okay job. You want it to strip the banners. I guess if you were counting on getting a hold, I mean, that's not going to happen. And look, there it's Droideka's turn, and he takes out range. Just straight KOs him. So I guess, you know, okay, it's done work. Because normally it's an easy 60 banner win when you use Imp Troopers against something weaker. So that Droideka was able to take out one character and cause a little bit of disruption. She only got 57 banners from that, so I guess that's okay. So she killed that. She's going to go back up top and start working on these squads, and I do have those battles to show you. The first battle that she did was a Jedi Knight Revan mirror match. Hopefully you guys all remember how these go. I know it's been a while, but back in the day, this was all we had to do to climb an arena non-stop, you know, mirror matching Jedi Knight Revans and always facing the risk of timeout. It's a little bit easier these days if you're going against somebody like, if you look at her team versus his team, he's got a lot of Gear 12 on there, and relics will eat that Gear 12 up. So it all depends on the team composition and how fast you're able to get rid of the enemy Jedi Knight Revan and then Jolee. She got rid of Jedi Knight Revan. She's trying to get rid of Jolee. He was able to bring Jedi Knight Revan back, but only being Gear 12, he goes down pretty fast. You see Yoda just got a big hit on him and already took him down. So it's just a matter of getting, you know, another big hit, and he'll take him down again and keep making Jolee have to bring him back. So that's what she's doing. Now she's free to go after Jolee again. Jolee does look like he's got some relics on him, so he's going to be a little bit tougher to take down. But again, that's where your Grandmaster Yoda comes into play. If you've got, I would say, a Relic 5 plus Grandmaster Yoda, you should have enough offense on him to be able to do significant damage. And you guys honestly should be doing that, because what are you using to counter like Grievous squads in Territory Wars, you know? And in Grand Arena, you should be having your Jedi reliced up by now, because they are a useful squad to take out some top teams. You can see that once she got rid of Jolee, and without Jedi Knight Revan there to call direct focus and heal everybody up and do his thing, it's really pretty easy to pick off the rest of the team. There's a Gear 12 Juhani going down. You got Bastila, and you've got Grandmaster Yoda. She's still got her team all healed up. Everybody's ready to go. So that's it. Just Bastila left to clean up, and she's on her way out. Got Plo Koon in there for the Dispel. If you guys don't know about that trick, he's really nice to have for his Dispel on basic. So cleaned up that team. Easy 60 banner win there for her. On to the next one. She's got a Newt team, and she went ahead and went with her Jedi Training Rey team. Works really good against Newt. If you guys aren't saving your bugs to go against a Newt team, I would say Jedi Training Rey is a pretty close second in terms of, you know, a budget counter team to go against a team that can really strip off some banners if you're not careful. You got Stick Rey in there, and she hits like a truck. If you guys have her reliced up because you went for Galactic Legend Rey, you're going to notice the difference in her hits at Relic 7 versus what she was when you had her at, gear 12. She can definitely one-shot some people or put some significant damage down on them when needed. And so that's what she's doing here, just trying to take everybody out, focusing on Zalbar so she doesn't get stuck behind Taunt at the wrong time. If you can just get him out of the way and not have to deal with him, so much the better. So she's got him down in the yellow. Got to watch out for the extortion, because that will catch up to you and end up stripping banners. You can actually lose if you let that extortion go on for too long. Learn that one the hard way. So got to watch out, keep an eye on that extortion. This team does have B1 in it, which you typically don't see in a Newt team. Not a lot of people separate their B1 and B2 like that and stick them, under Newt. But it can work here, especially to put some damage down and, again, strip banners off, try and get those KO shots. But for now, she got rid of the Zalbar, got a kill on Newt, so he came back under stealth. Told her to mine Nest and get a big hit in wherever it's possible. So you just got to watch Nest's turn meter and make sure that once her turn is up, you want somebody that can put a big hit in, preferably Stick Ray if you're using resistance. Make sure she has a special up and she'll be able to do a huge chunk of damage. Other than that, she's using those specials on Stick Ray to get multiple attacks in on B2, or B1, sorry, take off a bunch of stacks of that droid battalion, trying to whittle those away and just, get rid of him bit by bit. There goes Nest. Nest took a turn. Now she can line up a big hit with Stick Ray. There you go. KO on the Nest. Now it's basically just clean up and trying to make sure at least your health is topped off, if not your protection. She does not have BB-8, so no Illuminated Destiny or anything. Best you can do is pretty much make sure you got everybody healthy. Look at Holdo over there about to die. So you want to keep her alive just for that extra point. Get all the banners that you can. But as long as you can do that, it's better to win in one with as many banners as you can than have to drop the battle and have another second battle. So she's trying to avoid that. Takes out Newt there. Not too pretty. 53 banners. Okay, this is the last ground battle we have for you before we end up running into those technical problems that I told you about earlier. She had some issues with just recording on her device, and some of the files didn't save when she was like mid-match, so it came out all cut off and everything. Not very good, but we use what we have. And so I told her I'd go ahead and at least turn this footage into something. And so now she's got her CLS team trying to take out these scoundrels here. I told you it was Kira, like a Kira scoundrel team, but with Bosk in there. So he's going to taunt, make you have to focus on him, but CLS can ignore that if he wants to. And the rest of this team is going to hit fairly hard. So I don't know how much value Bosk will add to this team, because it's not like when he's the lead on a bounty hunter team where he gets the extra defense and tenacity, and he's pretty tanky to take down. He goes down pretty quick. So now she's just got Kira left and Chewie, working on taking out Chewie. Everybody's still alive. Not necessarily topped off on banners, but there's not a lot you can do. She brought Hermit Yoda in just to have that extra healing and protection. Got back up to 59 banners, so pretty good there. She just got to clear off ships and that Padme, and this is where her device kind of failed her and didn't end up recording her Padme fight, so she did clear off the Padme, finish that zone. You can see her opponent already attacked and finished clearing her side of the board. She went in with her negotiator on his negotiator and actually failed the mirror match on that. Didn't end up making a significant impact. So she ended up throwing some other fleets at it as well. No, she said one of the ones she used was a bug fleet. She used her Radis and actually got to KO the ship with the Radis. So all in all, she cleared the board. Like I said, she was very happy that she won this match. against Solo Base 15, 1865 to his 1837. It really was a battle of the defenses. They both lost a lot of banners, but they did both manage to get a full clear after all that. So well done to both of them. And I know she's happy to have this victory and win that last round. So congrats to her. And we'll see you guys next season for whatever format of Grand Arena that will be. Shout out to my buddy Mikayas. He runs a modding service. He'll go through, make sure you got the right squad compositions and the right mods on the right characters. Give your account a real nice tune-up. I'll put the link to his Discord in my description. Go ahead and check him out. Tell him Indigo sent you. Thanks for watching my video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share your comments down below, and hopefully you'll check out my other videos on my channel. Peace.